So back in March, the president signed an executive order called Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History. And as if that title is not insulting enough, NBC News is now reporting that the White House is acting on it, launching a sweeping review of Smithsonian exhibits to make sure that they match the president's view of history ahead of the country's 250th birthday. And it's federal employees who curate, research, and educate in these museums who are now going to be under the microscope. This review targets 8 major museums, including the National Museum of African American History and the National Museum of American History. Staff have just 30 days to submit exhibit materials for inspection and 120 days to make required changes. The stated goal is to remove anything that the administration sees as ideological or divisive and replace it with narratives that emphasize American exceptionalism. And we're not talking about a light edit here, guys. Smithsonian professionals who built careers on accurate, inclusive public history are being told to align their work with the political agenda. This already is having visible effects. Just last week, the National Museum of American History removed all references to Trump's impeachments from a longstanding exhibit after quiet White House pressure. The Smithsonian called it content alignment, but insiders say it followed a political interference and the forced resignation of the National Portrait Gallery director. These workers aren't just adjusting exhibit labels. They're navigating orders that dictate which parts of our national story are allowed to be told and which are to be erased. That puts their jobs, their professional integrity, and the public's trust at risk. Here is why this matters, guys. The Smithsonian's mission is to preserve and present our history as it happened, grounded in facts, not spin. When political appointees get to decide what counts as the truth, the stories most at risk of erasure are those of marginalized communities whose stories are already underrepresented. Civil rights leaders are now sounding the alarm that these efforts to sanitize the legacy of Black Americans will scrub away the vital contributions and the rich cultural threads Black Americans have woven into the American tapestry for generations. When the facts become negotiable, we can no longer count on the truth as a guardrail. The frightening reality is that unchecked power can rewrite the past, burying the people and the events it doesn't want remembered. And the federal employees doing the work of telling our nation's story are left to protect the truth in the middle of a political crossfire. We should all be paying attention.